of Americans,
worldwide.
millions of Americans, and to control the rest.
Yes, sir, and that's my belief. As bizarre as that sounds, if somebody had told me that that equipment even existed 10 years ago, I would have thought they were nuts, sir. And at this point in time, we have all the documents to prove it. And if you think that...
All right, guys, welcome in. It's Saturday night. We made it to Saturday night. I didn't bring up a lot of news articles tonight, but we're just going to get into some fabricated weather. Insane amounts of snow. And just like they're updating the map, like soon as I want to start the broadcast. Now, it looks like our amount that we called for 2 weeks ago for 90 inches of snow for California still sticking. It's still calling for 85 inches. Well, I didn't even have it all the way up. Yeah. 85 inches of snow, but we have other amounts that'll just blow your mind. We're going to be getting into this man-made cyclone, typhoon, and just trying to see what we got here. All right, we only have one article I was going to hit before we jump into this. China's artificial sun. China completed the artificial sun to start operation in 2020. China's HL-2M nuclear fusion device burns with the power of 13 suns. Chinese scientists are working on harvesting the energy of the sun, but it's not solar energy. The county has developed its very own artificial sun, a nuclear fusion research device that is supposed to pave the way for clean energy similar to the real sun. They're going to create a wormhole. The completion of this reactor was announced on Tuesday, and it's expected to start operation in 2020. The actual name of the Chinese artificial sun isn't poetic. It's called the HL-2M, and it was built by China National Nuclear Corporation of the Southwestern Institute of Physics. This could be dangerous. So it will be able to reach 200 million degrees. That's 360 million degrees Fahrenheit. Excuse me, the sun only gets hot as 15 million degrees. So we're going from our own sun that gets 15 million to 200 million degrees. What could go wrong? Maybe create a crazy wormhole or blow a hole in the side of the planet. So the madman are really going crazy on us. Now that this is a donut-shaped core, this is what I think the Earth actually looks like a donut. So pretty crazy stuff right here. This is something, who knows, if something goes wrong with this, man, it'll be all over. Anyway, that was the only article I wanted to jump into. We're going to get into this typhoon. In fact, let me play a clip from last night's show, and then we'll get into it if I can hit the right scene. So let me just play a little clip from last night's show. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at the frequencies, man. That's like completely being hit with microwaves. Look, there's no eye wall. Man, I gotta save this. I gotta save this image. That is complete. Hopefully this thing will... I gotta download this image here. Let me look at this. See if I got... it came out a blank image. Why is it a blank image? Uh-oh. Okay, hold on here. Man, I need to save this. That is such... I can't stop it either. Oh, wait, let me turn this off. The animation off. I got to get a picture of this so you guys can see the frequency waves. I've never, ever seen a storm with these signatures. Let me try to save this image this time. Let me see if I could enhance it so you guys can see the frequency lines. Let me zoom in on this. So hopefully you guys can see this. I'm trying to see if you can see it in the broadcaster. And you can see all the... Alright guys, so that's some freaky signatures right there. That is in no way a normal storm. Now I spent a bunch of time downloading tons of photos from this, so I'm going to try to import them in right now. If it'll let me. I need a window capture. And then I didn't have a lot of time to get ready, so bear with me here. There we go. I got it in here. I had Matt Landman on my show a couple years ago. So anyway, I downloaded all these photos because it wouldn't let me download the video file. So I'm just gonna kind of play these through so you can see how this storm formed. Let me get it back to the beginning. I mean, this is just some freaky stuff right here. Let me get it back down. Hey, thanks out there, Chet. I'm trying to get it all the way down, man. I downloaded like 200 photos. High quality images. Almost. Oh, that's it. Okay. So here's the first photo I was able to download. And what you were looking at last night was this thing zoomed in really far, and you could just see where they're superheating the storm in different areas. They're trying to get it to spin up, and you can see these are like individual cells, but these things look like lenticular clouds. They almost look like the UFO cloud that I found yesterday. What's really strange is it looks like it's heating from the ground up. I don't know if they lit something underneath this. This is over, you know, when was created, it was created over the atoll islands where all the nuclear tests were off. So this is probably got all kinds of radioactive isotopes in this storm. And you can see it just doesn't have any kind of an eye wall whatsoever. It's like a bunch of different little heating elements going together, like they're trying to get it to spin. It's like looking like the yin and the yang side. I mean, look at this. This is not a normal cyclone, typhoon, hurricane in any fashion. And you can kind of see all the frequencies are emanating out. Now these are all time stamps, so this was yesterday at 2200 UTC time. And it still does not have any kind of rotation to it, and we're going to get into all that here in just a second. Let me switch scenes again. And let me get rid of that. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the animation today, and then we're going to look at the mimic on it. And you're going to see it doesn't spin up. It's like it turns into like a yin and a yang side, like they're heating it with actually 3 different areas trying to get it to spin, because it's not hardly rotating. There's no eye wall whatsoever, just different. Hey, thanks out there, Swamp Fox. It's just different heating areas. You know, they're heating it like, oh man, I don't even know how to explain it, but they're trying to get it. I think I've already got the mimic part up. Okay, so here's the mimic. This is looking at it with microwaves, and we're looking at the brightness, the temperature of the clouds, and what you're going to see is this thing like hyper moves. See, it's not really spinning. I mean, they're trying to get it to spin, but look, you can see it gets kind of blown away, and it's just cruising along, then gets blown away again. It's like they're definitely trying. Look at that, just hyper looping around. They're really trying to get this thing to form. And when you take a look at the water temperatures of where this storm is at, you'll see why they're having a hard time getting it to form. That's why they're heating it in so many different areas, trying to get an eye wall to form. Look at that thing's puffing like a flame. If you were anywhere near this, it would sound like a locomotive going. It would sound like a train, because they are pulsing it with satellite space mirrors. And this is like a fire, man. You're looking at like a fire being generated out over the water, trying to get the heat to lift up. And when you really look closely into them pictures, you can see the clouds are so high. It's like a volcano went off, and they're squaring off because they can't go no higher. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let me put this right on now. Let's take this all the way back to before it formed, so you can see the crazy pass. And let me get zoomed in on this. So right in here is Guam, and then right here where I got it now, this is the Atoll Islands. This is where the U.S. does all their nuclear tests, and there's nuclear waste buried out here. They've done tons of nuclear explosions out here. And then we're just going to go up and watch this thing form. See, it really don't have any kind of a spin to it, but that's what they're trying to create, the spin. And then once I get through this, I'll show you the water temperatures. There shouldn't be anything forming out here. And you notice this secondary system right here is kind of cloning it, they're just trying to clone it to get the other wind direction to go. But this thing just starts ping-ponging around. Once it gets past Guam, it goes up, then it goes back, it goes north, and it goes west, and it goes east, and it goes backwards. It goes north again, north again, north again, north again, north, and then it starts going west, and it goes straight back down south, then back west, then south, and then it starts getting south again. See, and once they get it, I'm just kind of speeding up a little bit here. Now here's the crazy thing. This is where it is right now. Now watch when I go forward every 3 hours. Watch this thing intensify. They're going to get it to spin up right before it hits land and wipe out whatever's in its path. I mean, look at this. Let's zoom in on this thing. So now you're starting to see the eye wall by tomorrow. So by tomorrow, we're going to see just a crazy typhoon that was completely created out of nothing. So what kind of winds are we looking at here? 104 miles an hour. These are surface winds. 105. Let's see what kind of waves are going to be coming in with this system. We back it out just a few hours, right when it really gets the tight rotation. Let's check out the ocean wave heights. Almost 60-foot waves. 51, 53.7, 52, 51. That first one I hit, 55.9. So crazy waves are going to be associated with this man-made typhoon. So heads up if you have friends or family in this area, because this thing is not going to be a joke. This thing is going to really hit hard. Now, let me go ahead and show you the ocean temperatures. We're back on now. So here's our ocean temperatures. Let me take the winds off. So this thing formed right here where it's cool. The hot water's way down to the south, and then to the south of the Philippines. But the water is actually not hot at all out here. It's in fact, let's see here where it formed. We're looking at, it's pretty warm, 83.9 degrees, 84, but it's not like 88 degrees. Typically these things are going to form out here where it's super heat, super hot waters. And let's check out the sea surface temperatures anomalies. Look, it's really cold right here. So, now look, it gets the hotter heat anomalies once it gets to the coast. So this is where they're really going to get the spin up because they got the heat anomalies out there. You notice we have the blob out here off the west coast is back. But when you look at the overall, we put it back on the ocean temperatures. You look back here, look, the ocean actually looks like it's cooling off. It doesn't look like it's heating. Let's go back to 2016, the last time we had an El Nino year. See the difference? Maybe it was 2017, or I probably got to go back to 2015 or something here. Oh, now I'm on the wrong damn thing here. I don't know what is going on here. Well, apparently the El Nino didn't start yet, but you could see, a couple years ago the water was much hotter in a bigger area. We'll put it back on now. Look at that. The oceans are cooling. They're not as hot as what they're saying. Way cooler than 2015, the whole overall planet. All right, so let's go ahead. Got that all documented. Let's go ahead and check out these snow amounts. I mean, this is insane. Let's go up to the northwest. I couldn't even believe it when I seen these. I'm going to zoom in on this so you guys can see this. So up above, well, even in Washington, you got 105 inches showing, 144 inches, 122 inches, 100 inches, 182 inches, 122, 154, 90. That's a lot of snow, and that's in the next 2 weeks. In fact, we can go ahead and bring it back and see how this progresses. So we'll just go up a little bit at a time here. Just 6 hours at a time. Whoops. And now I got to unzoom it to get to the button here. So it's just, so now we'll be able to see how this, when the really heavy snow is coming. Here's in 6 hours. You're showing 15 inches of snow in California. 24 inches of snow in California in the next 30 hours. 28 inches of snow. Look, it's not even snowing up here yet. This is going to be a game changer. If they get that kind of snow in a short amount of time, you're talking roofs cannot take that kind of snow. Can you imagine 80 or 180 inches of snow? What is that, like 15 feet? That's like 15 feet of snow. So in the next 72 hours, they go from no snow to 30 inches. About the same thing for California, 29 inches. And then it must really start coming down, because you're looking at 39 inches, 41 inches. So when does this big snow start? So now it's starting to really pump the moisture out. Now we're seeing why they deployed all the bunker fuels. You're looking at 44 inches over California, 37, 49 inches, 52 inches. And then it just keeps going up and up and up. Look at the swath. Look how big of area. I mean, this is crazy. This could set off an earthquake from the sheer weight pushing down. You're looking at 70 inches of snow down in parts of California, 45 inches. You got 111 inches up here, 94. Just like when they built the dams, by displacing the water, it created earthquakes at almost every single dam they built. So look at this now. You're at 143 inches, 107, 100. Down in California, you got 70 inches, 45 inches. This is some crazy biblical snow right here. So just in the next 2 weeks, I mean, I can't even imagine this. Look, 177 inches, 120 inches, 138, 128, 86 for Washington. 70 inches for California. And then we just take this up, man. I mean, this is crazy. So now it's calling for 182 inches. Parts at 154 inches. Washington, 105 inches. Area right there, 39, 43. Showing 70 down in California. So, you know, how is a roof going to be able to handle that kind of snow? I mean, that is crazy right there. Let's go ahead and let's go up and look at Alaska. So you're looking at like 63 to 41 inches of snow for the southern parts of Alaska. You got some 89-inch amounts, 87. That is crazy, man. Let's just check the whole western United States. So it's showing 85 inches for California. So I think we were calling for 92 on the 16-day forecast. So we're pretty close. Yeah, and then the flooding. You know, I'm thinking more about the weight of the snow pushing down on the plates. You know, they say it's locked and loaded over there. What's it going to take? How about a little bit of snow? How about a bunch of weight pushing down on the crust? That could cause an earthquake. I'm trying to see if I can get like the whole area. Let's try that. Just see if it shows it. It may not show it. That's too zoomed out. Yeah, you really can't read it. It's got to be a better. Here, let's just check the United States and see. We'll get this. Wow, I can't scroll over. That sucks. So even in this frame, you're looking at 165 inches, 116 inches. It's not really showing the same amounts as it did the other picture. So, I mean, we can pretty much see that who's going to get the snow and who isn't. But that's just crazy, man. So then comes springtime with all this snow. And this is only the first major storm. We got the whole winter to go. So, pretty nuts. That much snow pushing down on the plates could cause something a little bit devastating. Let me try that one. Yeah, so you're looking at 36 inches down in southern California in the mountains. 19 inches for Idaho, 38 inches. So pretty crazy stuff right there. Let's go ahead and look at the total rainfall. So it looks like California's drought is over, because even when you look at just the rainfall amounts, you know, it's showing a lot. Now, if that, maybe we want to look at the, whoops. I should have put it back on the whole United States so we can get a better picture of what's going on. I mean, tomorrow will be the 16-day forecast, but I had to look at this. So we can see right over the New Madrid seismic zones, the secondary target in the whole upper northeast. I mean, look at that, man. That's just crazy what's going to happen up in that area. Let's just take that back here. Let's just go to the models. We'll go ahead and check them while we're here. Let me put this on the models. Oops. There we go. Now I got it. And then we got this monster spinning land cyclone centered right over Iowa. So let's just see what this thing's gonna, it's pretty much gonna go straight east. Heavy snow from Michigan, Wyoming, ice storms out ahead of it. And fortunately, it looks like most of it is going to get off the, there in the Atlantic. Like, we'll dig into this really good tomorrow, so just wanted to hit on that a little bit. Look at all these waves of rain and snow coming into the West Coast. So you know for sure they're steering the atmospheric river. We need to go look. So if anybody, you know, I don't know what the population is up there. I don't know, you know. I think that's British Columbia up there. They need to be warned right now. I mean, that's like, how do you even prepare for that? How could you prepare for 15 feet of snow in 2 weeks? I mean, I can't even hardly comprehend it, so. All right, we're going to zoom in on this. I should have looked at the, we'll look at the typhoon too. I just want to see what's going on with the atmospheric river. So you can see they took the block off. They're not blocking it with a high pressure system anymore. They're letting it flow where it would normally flow. Like, if you go back in history, I think right up here is like the most moisture in the northern hemisphere. Like, they get supposed to get the most moisture, but you know, when you're affecting the rivers of the sky, it gets everything all out of balance. You know, where's this high pressure blowing the moisture away? I mean, that's not it. Where'd it go? It's always there. It looks like they turned them off. So this, you know, this is going to be wave after wave after wave, and we're just beginning in winter. So this could be some crazy winter weather, especially for the upper northwest. It looks like it's just going to be like biblical up there. Yeah, the storms last night were insane here. I mean, it was monsoon after monsoon, lightning, thunder, house shaking all over the place. It was pretty crazy. See, they're spinning the moisture up in the troposphere, but it's not spinning into, you can normally see just a regular cyclone. So wonder if I can download more. Yeah, let's do the 120-hour GIF. Let's see if that gives us a little better look at this thing. Yeah, we couldn't hold a stream at all last night. It just wouldn't stay on. It just kept kicking us off. So right where this atmospheric river got all freaked out is right where the bunker fuel operations were the other day. Oh, hey, thanks there, Chet. Yeah, we're praying for him because this thing looks like it's going to hit pretty hard. And we know it's not natural, so that's what makes it worse. When it's not a natural storm, that makes forecasting totally different. Because somebody's in control. They're not really in control, but they're in control, if you know what I mean. Like, they caused it, but can they really control it? What was the goal? Are they hitting the goal? Did they go past the goal? That's the kind of things that we don't know. So, definitely got that documented good. All right, let's get out of that. Got that one. We're done with that. Let's go check the worldview. I haven't even really looked at this today. Other than I looked over here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and look at this while I got it right here. So right over the Atoll Islands is where they created this thing. You had tons of aerosols being deployed all in this area. You also had tons of aerosols to the south, straight up from the Solomon Sea. And then you go up a day, and it's just right there by Guam. See, they create these. We got a big military out here in Guam. I mean, they're sitting behind the computer guiding this thing. They probably got joysticks on it, like a game controller. But look at this signature. This is in no way. You've never ever seen a hurricane, cyclone, or a typhoon look like that. That is something else. That's the most current picture we got. Yeah, that's it right there. Look, no eye wall. It's just like a big dome. It's like a mushroom cloud. And it looks like they're putting the fires out down in Australia. Good news. They're putting the fires out, but will the lightning start more fires? We've seen it happen the last time. Tons of spraying going on. Aerosols being deployed over New Zealand. We had that crazy vortex flume or whatever it was going under in the water. I don't know if we can go back and look at that and see if it's still there. I can't remember how many days ago that was. I'm trying to see if it'll clear up. Yeah, that's part of it. There's like a vortex of algae bloom or something underneath the ocean up here. And I was tracking it for a couple days. I'm going back in time trying to find it. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. It looks like an eyeball. And hopefully you guys can see that. But check this out. I can go back another day. Maybe I got to go back a couple days. And it's still there, man. It's just spinning. It was just spinning over and over. It actually started way over here and it just kind of spun. And then it got really freaky looking right here. Like this is some kind of weird flume of something underneath the ocean. Looks like an eyeball. It started getting a little bigger. And I'm pretty sure it's dissipated now. Look, it's almost a square now, so it's definitely growing. Whatever that is. This is yesterday or 2 days ago. Can't really see it. And unless it's underneath that cloud, it's pretty well gone there. But here we are today. See if we can get the best layer for today. So tons of aerosols, frequency clouds, manipulation, all over the place down here by New Zealand. You know they're pulling the atmospheric river up. You got tons of frequencies out here. You know, when you see these kind of clouds, you know it's being tampered with. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and get over here. I'm not going to pay attention to a lot of that. They got aerosols over here last couple days. Look, there's still an operation out here. Tic-tac-toe, anyone? We could play tic-tac-toe in the sky. So this is spraying all the way from Aleppo all the way over to the Mediterranean Sea. Just a mega spraying operation. Italy's finally clear for a day, but it's going to be gone by tomorrow. France, all that weather we were talking about, all the aerosols that were deployed, they're getting hit right now. They're getting smacked down. Tons of aerosols being deployed out ahead of this. Bunker fuel is in this. It was real nice and green out here, and now you got wave after wave. See, they keep recycling these storms. They come off of our coast, and then they recycle them. They feed them aerosols or bunker fuel, whichever they need. And they're just like recycled. Man, that's weird looking up there. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll cover the United States. First, I want to look out here where all this snow is getting ready to happen. And what do you know? Look at that fat liner. Look at all them big, fat, white lines. We already know the bunker fuel's out here. Look, they are seeding the crap out of the area where the 182 inches of snow is going to be. Oh man, there's just some big time. See, this is how we know that's the target. We know that they're seeding the storm. They're going to create some biblical snow, and they're going to blame it on climate change. They're going to call it the climate crisis and get everybody to believe in global warming. I mean, look at these frequencies in this cloud. Like, these are just really strange. I'm going to try to get the best view of these I can here. Wow, I couldn't ain't doing what I wanted to do. Wow, that one spot I really want to look at. Now, we've seen them clouds out off of Florida's coast. Look at this. This is all microwaves, high frequencies. Like, you can't hide this stuff, man. It's too blatant. That would be a wild sky if you were out there looking at that. So now we know, now that we can see all these aerosols that are being deployed up here. We know this is the real target, and we know they're going to get crazy amounts of snow because they're going to be seeding ahead of the storm for days, probably for the next week. Just kind of looking around out here. Hey, thanks, Swamp Box. So if anybody has relatives anywhere in this area, all the way down even to Washington, because you don't know, like, I mean, you've seen some of the amounts in Washington, so I can guarantee tomorrow they're going to be spraying aerosols over, actually for the next week. They'll be hitting all these same areas, getting it loaded up, getting the sky loaded up, putting a bunch of nuclei in the sky so the moisture has something to stick to so it can fall. So the spraying operations have already begun over Washington, and then will be expected to get much worse. Aerosols all over San Diego and frequencies. Like, whoa, what are they doing here? What kind of clouds are them? Is there like some kind of weird cloud inversion issue going on in Southern California? This is all the bunker fuel being trapped. And the heat of the mountains is creating like its own weather. And then you got the aerosols being deployed on top of it. Like, I don't think any of our weather can be natural. I think it's all been tampered with. It's all been hacked. And unless they stop, it'll never be natural again. You know, pretty much Geostorm, The Day After Tomorrow, all these movies that show the predictive programming. This is all what they're trying to accomplish. And then they want to make you believe in their narratives, when we can sit here and watch them form these storms. Like, we got more smoke coming out of the ocean. Now these could be like oil rigs or something out here, burn offs. They don't smoke all the time, but these got to be from some kind of oil rigs or something. I don't know if there's underwater volcanoes there. Wow, look at that algae bloom there. That looks like some kind of demon mouth. That's pretty crazy looking. They're just poisoning the planet, man. That's what they're doing. They're terraforming it for something other than humans. We got aerosols in Uruguay, Argentina. Chile's actually clear. All right, let's just go check the radars real quick. See if anything's going on with them. You know, yesterday almost the whole United States was cloud covered. You know, today, man, we don't even know if people are real. We don't know if they're clones. We don't know if they're AI. We're definitely in the Matrix. We go ahead and put the watches and warnings on. And then, most people, unlike everybody out here in the chat and everybody listening on all the different platforms, like, we know what's going on. We know they're trying to bring in this new world order. We know that the dark side is in control. Wow, we got tornado warnings have been going off. We need to go check that. Let me put this on something else. Let's go get on the radars. And if you remember 2 weeks ago and last week in the 16-day forecast, I told you we'd have tornadoes. We have tornado warnings. And it almost makes me go crazy, because I'm like, how can I be accurate, but your local meteorologist cannot be accurate even for one day? They don't give you a week warning. They don't give you a 2 weeks warning. I mean, they're looking at the same stuff I'm looking at. Why don't they get the warnings out? Why do they wait to the last second and then they're wrong? Now, I want to go ahead and put on the watches and warnings and the lightning, because the lightning last night was just insane. And for some reason, I'm having a brain fart and I can't find the lightning. There it is. We've already showed the programs that the AI control the chemtrails. The apps control the chemtrails. Half the pilots know they're doing it. Half the pilots don't know they're doing it. Was that a tornado warning up in Iowa? Let's let that cycle back through. I don't know if that was a storm. Next rad's bursting out. What did I see up there? Wow, look at that. Look how quick the tornado warnings popped up in Iowa. Then you got tornado warnings in Louisiana. Look at the lightning associated with these storms. I got to get something else brought up. And then you got the wind, man. You got the wind machine going. All right, let me check. So we had one tornado warning, and that was about 3 hours ago in Jackson, Mississippi, but I just seen the tornado warning go off in Iowa. Let's just take a quick look at that radar. We'll see how the radar affects the moisture or the winds. Now they're trying to push all this Franken meat, impossible meat on us. Man, don't eat that, because if you eat that, then you're being a lab rat. Hell, all fast food. Look at that right there. That's where it was trying to spin up, but it didn't. Let's go down and check these wicked looking strong storms. Probably check a couple of them. You notice these storms get stronger at night. I mean, what's that all about? Usually it's the heating of the sun between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now they get stronger when it gets dark, under the hidden dark skies. All right, just kind of want to kind of check this out. See, they're pulsing the radar up a little bit. Is this upgraded? Nope, this is not a... Man, them are really strong. Gust fronts. High winds. Let's go down here in Louisiana and check these out. No problem, we got to do it, man. Somebody has to do it because the mainstream isn't going to do it. They're not going to tell you that they're affecting the weather. They're little chumps, sock puppets. Yeah, like everybody needs to have window gardens. Get some grow lights, grow in your house, man. Just have them by a window, let them get a little bit of sunlight. In fact, I'm trying to get a greenhouse going, so hopefully this winter I can get a greenhouse going. If something major don't bust off. Look how skinny that line of storms is. Let's get up here in the Tennessee area, check it. Yeah, get all your goods growing. 'Cause, you know, even if a big ass earthquake goes off on the West Coast, we already have food supply shortages that will be happening next year. You get some massive earthquake or something like that goes off, that's going to definitely disrupt shipping, food. I mean, it's just it could get really crazy really quick. Oh, yeah, I know. I meant to... I was going to put some mods over on the backup channel. And I forgot to. Let me see if I can... Let me see if I can do that. I don't know if I can do it live. Yeah, I'll get you guys set up. I'm probably not even supposed to be streaming over on the backup channel. I probably won't stream over there too often. Other than I need to do different videos. It'll probably get me in trouble. Everybody needs mods because there's a bunch of a-holes out there. That's like a country with no laws. Yeah, so some of these storms are pretty damn powerful here. Yep, only 8 days left to the end of YouTube anyway, so what's it matter? Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this a show. Thanks to everybody out there that watches and shares and listens and tries to wake people up, man. That's the goal. If we don't have anybody awake other than just us, you know, what's 50,000 people going to be able to do? We need millions. We need, you know, it needs to be a huge stand up against this stuff. Anyway, guys, we need to rise. Keep waking people up as long as we can. Be an activist. Be the resistance. Anyway, guys, much love. Gonna play a song called Rise. And I'll try to jump over and make some mods up. If you want to be a mod, go over to the backup channel and I'll mod you up or whatever. Anyway, guys, much love. Be safe out there. 16-day forecast tomorrow. we'll dig into it really, really heavy.